All right, welcome back to another episode of Basement Birds. Logan and Reed here for another episode.
Yeah.
Week
Was that a
number. What
delay of
episode
you
is
trying to
this?
figure out? I would say that was a delay on you trying to figure out. No, I think this is six or seven.
Are we on 6 already? Jeez.
I think 6 or 7.
Okay. Well,
Let's double check. We are
We're
on.
ch-
This is episode 7.
we're chugging along with the brand new format. Hopefully,
Yes.
it is being well received. It seems to be so on social media. So that
Yeah.
is a fun time. So if you don't follow
Absolutely.
us,
Follow us. What are you
follow
doing?
us.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
missing out. Quality clip content. Did you
Yes.
see Reed's 4-pound jar of peanut butter last week?
Yeah, it was quite the sight. It was quite the
It
sight.
was.
Yeah.
It was quite the sight.
I will say the 4-pound jar of peanut butter is empty. I ate it all.
No way.
No, I'm
you
kidding.
ate
I did
4
not.
pounds. I was going to say, you ate 4 pounds of peanut
No,
butter
I
in
did
a
not
week?
eat the peanut butter. No, I've hardly made a
Dude.
dent in the peanut butter, if I'm being honest.
That's a lot of peanut
It's
butter.
going to last for a while, though, but what can I say? I'm a savvy guy. I like a good deal when I see one, and 4 pounds of peanut butter for $7 is a deal.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
hey,
you know?
whatever floats your boat, man. And
Yeah.
if it's floating on peanut butter, then you're in a good spot.
These 4-pound jars of peanut butter with the savings that I get is how I'm going to retire by the age of 35.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, just you can go
some-
into peanut butter peddling business.
Some
dude. Stock
people,
up.
no, it's the money I save. Some people follow Dave Ramsey and his rice and beans, or cutting up your credit card or something. And my one financial tip is buy the largest size peanut butter you can, and that will save you a large amount of money over a long period of time.
Yeah.
It makes perfect
there you
sense.
go.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
There's absolutely
Sure.
no flaws in that system. Okay, none that I can see at least.
Buy in
But
bulk,
my-
dude. You're going to
yeah.
Costco every week.
Yeah, there are no flaws in it, and I can't hear any of the complaints about it because my ears are clogged with peanut butter.
Dude, well, in addition to your peanut butter filled week this week, you had quite a busy week.
I did, yes. It was opening week for minor league baseball. The single high A and double A levels at least were last Friday. And the team that I worked for opened up at home yesterday as of time of recording. We're recording this on the 10th. So
Oh yeah.
so we'll be, by the time this episode goes out on Saturday, we'll be through 4 games of the season and a couple hours before first pitch on Saturday. So
Ooh. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about preparation for
Yeah.
the season because I feel like a lot of people don't understand the amount of work
Yes.
and effort that goes into all the media that's created for the season and kind
Yeah.
of, what
Yeah.
media day consists of. So
Oh,
maybe
gosh,
if we
yeah.
want to run through a little bit what you guys did for your media day and
Sure.
and why that was important to gather content
Oh,
to
yeah,
post
absolutely.
throughout the year.
So Media Day is a very, I don't want to say a very small part of it, but it's always just one part of the whole equation of getting ready for the year. I mean, probably a month and a half, 2 months ago, we started making templates for stuff for like video board headshots and things like that and starting to update
Wow.
sponsorship stuff. We wanted to get template-wise everything done before Media Day so we could just go and get the footage and the photos and stuff from Media Day and, chug through all that stuff and get it ready for opening day because we had a little bit more time this year because we had media day a week from yesterday, so the Tuesday before opening day, so we had a whole week,
A week
before.
from yesterday.
Yeah,
a week.
so last week Tuesday was what I was trying to say.
Sure.
So normally
8 days ago.
in years past, the team has opened on that first homestand on that Friday. So we had media day the Tuesday and then opening day on the Friday. So we had significantly less time to prep stuff. But this year we had some more time, which was nice. So we had media day. Media day this year we did. Let's see, there were. There were 4 different video stations and then a photo station that the players rotated through. So they did like their standard headshots and stuff that are just like jersey that goes on their player profile and on the video board and stuff like that. So that was one station. And then we had one where it was blue screen content where we can take out backgrounds and stuff for animations and stuff. And then we had a station where they were answering like the fun questions and playing the games that we do with fans during games and stuff like that. And then there was one station where I was at, which was focused on the one different rebrand that the team's wearing this year. And then we had a new station this year we built a big media wall it was 2 8 feet tall by 4 feet wide panels that had different designs of our branding on it, and we got content in front of that. So we had a lot of stuff to comb through after media day from all these different stations, and then we turn it around, put it into all those templates, spit out everything we need, and then get ready for opening day.
Yeah, because all this essentially is to use throughout the entire season, right? So you basically have one day to get content for 120 some odd games, or how many games you're playing.
We play.
Right?
We play
half of them.
We play 69 home games. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we have one day to get the whole roster to come through to get stuff. I mean, there are guys that will come later in the year that we'll take down to the blue screen, which stays set up all season, and take them down to the wall and get content on those two sections.
Right.
But for the other stuff, like for the player games and for the rebrand station, that all is that's our one shot to get it, really. So we want to make sure that we're as smooth of a process as possible, which was big this year. We reorganized some of the stuff how we had it because we had a little bit more space to work with. So we had things a little bit more consolidated and easier for the players to follow, so they weren't moving around the ballpark as much and getting lost and stuff like that. So that really helped because we want to make it easy on us to get stuff, but we also want to make it easy on them, because if it's easy on them,
right,
it's easy on us. It goes
right,
both ways.
And so you're talking about, when you're talking about these questions, you're talking about when you're in the ballpark and the fan or the host is asking a fan maybe name 10 things,
yes,
10 different varieties of peanut butter, and so then the player is then creamy, chunky, smooth, all that stuff.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And
player
chocolate
decision
chip
answers,
filled, all that stuff.
It's stuff like that for in venue, but then it's also social media content as well. So we got stuff where that can go either way. So the categories, or new this year we had players trying to draw various logos, either from our logo set or from around the league, or various images throughout baseball. So that's something that we can edit into a social video of its own, or it can be used for in stadium as well. So
right. And so then also headshots is a pretty big part of that.
That's a very big thing. Yes.
Those go throughout the whole league, right? Because then headshots go out. I mean, that's got to be a pretty important process then.
Yes.
If that, is going out to every team, and when you hand the play-by-play guy the roster, I'm assuming it has a headshot of the guy.
Rosters don't, but the headshots are important for things like the media guide, our video board stuff. But there's also a database of all of the headshots for all the teams that you can pull from. So when a team comes to town, you go on this database, pull all of their headshots for the visitors. But there's also, so we get our headshots from the photographer. We have an outside photographer come in and take them. He brings his backstrap in, and they look great. And we get our cutouts, obviously, with no backgrounds on them for the video board in the 3 different uniforms that we did this year. But then we're also required to submit to Major League Baseball a couple different formats that are used for the website. So when you go on a team's roster and they have the little circle with a guy's face in it, that's a photo that we had to resize and crop to their specifications. And then when you click on a guy's player page, there's another photo there that is cropped and resized to specific specs for that. So we're responsible for doing all of that as well. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought, where all that stuff comes from. I mean, because any sports fan who is worth 2 cents has gone on to a website, the league website, whether that's hockey or baseball or football or whatever, and you just see, here's a photo. But I guess that does make sense that the teams then have to provide that information, especially for minor league baseball, or some team way out in the boonies of Pennsylvania, and not just Pennsylvania, but other places.
All over,
You're in the middle of a cornfield, and the league's not sending someone out there to take a picture.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because with this database of photos that we have of guys, realistically, when if we get a guy that is getting called up through the system, or the parent org acquires in a trade and is being assigned to us, we can go into this database and search his name, and we'll get any headshot that he has in the system, from any level of affiliation that he's played at for any organization. If there's a headshot that's been uploaded to it, we have access to it, and then it's just up to us to to download that, throw our jersey and hat on it in Photoshop, and use that until we can get an actual photo of the guy.
What do you think the most difficult part of that whole process is? Do you think it's like planning what you're going to do, or is it like actually executing, or is it the post-production? Because obviously you have, you're in crunch time from the time you're done to the time, the first game, the opening day at the ballpark is.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, probably the most difficult part is media day itself. I mean, planning is... planning you can take as much time as you want on, as long as you start early enough, obviously. So I think we did a really good job planning of it this year and figuring out where we wanted the stations, what we wanted them to all be done, and getting shot lists for the people that were at those stations, making sure that, every station has a roster, so you're making sure you aren't missing any guys. This was our first year that I think we had maybe 98% completion on a lot of the stations, which is really good, because there's, every year there's a guy that forgets about a station or misses something, but we had really, really good numbers for getting guys to go through everything, which is great.
That's awesome.
So the planning was really good. Media day is the most stressful, obviously, because realistically, you have about 2 hours to get through 30-some guys to get content from them. Because we started at 10 and we were done by noon. So you're getting through a whole roster of guys in no time at all. Yeah. So there were a lot of times that we looked up and I would look at my watch and I'm like, it's already 11 o'clock and we're halfway through this roster, And you second guess if you're getting all the things you need from the guys, but then you're like, all right, I know that I'm getting everything I need from these guys. We're just that efficient with getting guys through, which is good. And then post-production isn't too bad. It can be a little stressful, but if you get the templates made in time and you're good to go, it's just a lot of drag and drop and stuff like that. And one thing that we did this year to speed up our workflow too was normally we'd have to go through with all those headshots and go into Photoshop and manually take out the backgrounds using Select Subject or whatever your preferred background removal tool is in Photoshop. And then delete the background, save it out, rename it, yada yada, all that stuff. We found a service, a guy that took our photos on Media Day recommended it to us, where I think it's like 20 cents a photo to take a background of it, and it runs it through some AI server somewhere that you upload your photos to. You set like a source.
AI server somewhere. Love the specificity.
Yeah,
of that.
I don't know. Well, I don't know exactly how the system works, honestly. But what you do is you put all your photos in one folder on your computer. You select that as your source. You tell the system what you want it to do to them. For us, it was extracting things from the background, and then you tell them where you want the system to spit it out to you. It uploads your photos. It runs it through everything that you want them to be done, and it spits them out.
Right.
And I think we fed 120 photos into the server or into the service that we had. And that's normally a process that, after Media Day, my boss and I would spend all night that night getting these headshots done. And I think we had them returned to us back within an hour, which was great. So that saved us a ton of time. And pretty much we just had to go then, and label guys with number, name, and what jersey they're wearing, which is the easiest part of the process. So that saved us a lot of time.
Yeah. Wow. No, yeah. I mean, anything to save time, I feel like is efficient, and that's what, I've been kind of figuring out is even if some people would consider it cheating, like those people of yesteryear, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I'm still very hesitant to use AI on artwork because I feel like it blurs the lines of what is original art and what isn't from where that service is pulling its AI inspiration from, if you want to, dig into the weeds of that. But for something like that where we're just sending our stuff in and, it's giving our stuff back and it's not being available to anyone else, I'm fine with using something like that because because cutting out backgrounds from headshots is the most mundane and boring process of Media Day, and it's a pain. It takes a while. It's frustrating because then you have a guy with long hair, and you have, you're having the background sticking to the edges of his hair, and it's impossible to remove. And we didn't need to worry about that this year, so that was great.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's awesome. But I think my favorite part of what you were doing was the questions, that's always my favorite.
Yeah.
To see in stadium.
Get a little bit more personality out of the guys. I agree.
Yeah. And I actually, on a semi-related note, I went to trivia this past week on Monday.
Okay.
this is sort of related, but I like to think of myself as someone who knows a lot of, random things.
Stuff. I can see that. I fully believe that.
You've known me long enough to know I'll pull some information out that,
Yeah.
But this trivia night, I really struggled at,
Okay.
I really had a tough time at because...
Was there like a theme for it, or was it general knowledge?
No, it was just general knowledge.
Yeah, those can be tricky,
tough
yeah.
Because they just ask super specific questions, and it's like if you don't know the answer, you can't even, get there. It's just either you know it or you don't, and that was tough. So... because of my terrible experience at trivia, I thought it would be fun for us to go through 10 of the most common trivia questions.
Oh, my word.
And see how smart you are. And
are you quizzing me?
Yes. I'm quizzing you.
Okay.
And then I'll obviously give the answer. So then next time you go to trivia,
I can
you'll know the
my
answer.
general knowledge. Okay. All right. Yeah, this could be beneficial.
So I felt that was that could be a little fun. So
okay, all right.
I'm pulling up the list here of top 10 most common trivia questions. This is from Trivia Nation. And Trivia Nation runs a lot of different trivia events and all that kind of stuff. So
I had no idea.
I felt like this was.
I thought they were just like a BuzzFeed for trivia, but
no. Trivia Nation.
All right.
You can become a host. All that stuff.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
The first question is, in the USA, what is celebrated on February 2nd and also a film? This is a pretty easy one.
February 2nd?
Celebrated on February 2nd and is also a film.
February 2nd?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Do I not know my holidays very well?
Apparently not.
February 2nd and is also a film?
Yes.
What?
5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Gosh, Columbus
1.
Day. That's not it.
No.
February 2nd?
This question should immediately trigger you to think of Groundhog Day.
Oh, my
the Bill Murray classic.
I should have known
Groundhog
that.
Day.
I live 2 hours from Punxsutawney.
Yeah, that's a fail. That's -1.
2 years ago.
Read.
Fun fact. Punxsutawney Phil was at the ballpark for our Groundhog Day celebration, and I got an official Punxsutawney Phil coin.
That's okay.
I'll bring it on the show next week. We can look at the coin.
Please don't. We don't need to see that.
I will. That's yeah. Maybe I can use that to scale the 4-pound jar of peanut butter because I was missing out on something last week.
All right. Well, we got to keep moving along here.
All right, keep it rolling.
Question number 2. This is an acronym that you are probably going to want to be aware of when you are going to trivia night. This is going to relate to a profession that uses this acronym, and this acronym is SOCO. 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 SOCO.
SOCO?
SOCO, yes. Profession. An acronym that is related to a profession.
Is the acronym the profession?
It's no. Well, it's related to a profession. So.
SOCO.
SOCO. SOCO.
Southern Colorado.
No. The profession that uses SOCO is none other than the police work scene of crime officers.
Scene of crime officer?
That's what I
stands
said.
for?
Scene of crime officer.
Gosh.
That's tough. All right, question
bad.
number 3. We're moving along here.
Zeros. Holy cow.
All right. This should be an easy one. What is the official national anthem of the United States of America?
Oh, it's the Star Spangled Banner.
The Star Spangled
All right,
Banner.
there we go.
None other.
There we go.
There you go.
All right.
You got
one for 3. That's not bad. That's
one
not
for
bad.
3.
Okay.
I mean, that's still failing. That's a 33%.
We were
but
talking
you know
baseball,
what?
though. If you bat .333 in baseball, you're a pretty darn good hitter, okay? Getting a hit
true.
every 1 in 3 at-bats is respectable.
All right. Well, moving along, we're on question number 4. The question is going to be, which weather phenomenon translates from Spanish to little boy?
Oh, it's El Nino.
El Nino.
I know that
Look at
one.
that.
Yeah,
That's 2
yeah,
in a
all right,
row.
2 in a row. We're on a roll.
Two in a row for Reed here.
Who let
Look
Reed get
out.
hot? Okay, come on. Come on.
All right. Question number 5, right?
Okay.
Question number 5. So this one is going to be difficult.
Oh, gosh.
Knowing the
Don't
names
start
of
with that.
castles and their locations is going to be very helpful for you in trivia night. So a common one is, which castle is on the island of Anglesey?
I have no idea. I don't even know where that is.
Which castle
Cinderella's
is on the island of Anglesey? That would be Bureau Maria. Bureau Maria.
What?
That is, I don't know. That
No,
one
what?
is
You-
impossible.
There's no way you said that right.
BeaumariA.
1 second, I'm lost. B-A...
Bureau Maria. Beaumaria. Bureau Maria.
I'm getting lost in the spelling. B-E-A...
It's not important.
I want to look this...
Beaumaria. Bureau Maria.
Oh, okay. It's in Wales.
Wales.
What is so special about this castle? Oh, it was a Viking
it's located
settlement.
on
That's
the
pretty
island
cool.
of Anglesey.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Anglesey. Anglesey? I don't know.
I don't know. All right. No, moving
All
on.
right. I had no idea on that one. That was a swing and a miss.
Which North African sea sport is the name in Spanish for the White House? Question is, which North African seaport is the name in Spanish for the White House?
Well, what is
You
white?
can piece this one together.
White is verde. House is casa.
No. Verde is green, my friend.
Oh my gosh, it is. Oh, Blanco. Casa Blanco?
Close. Casablanca. It's a movie.
Oh, yeah,
None
okay.
other than Casablanca.
I'll get a half point on that
All right.
one. I'll
So
give
this
myself
one,
a
you
half.
have to maintain eye contact with the camera. So look at the camera, and I'm going to watch your eyes, okay?
Oh, gosh. How can
Use
I
a
cheat on
keyboard
this
every
one?
day.
Oh.
Use a keyboard every day. Did you know there's a common trivia question related to it? No, I didn't.
Probably not.
Which is the only vowel on a standard keyboard that is not on the top line of letters?
A.
A is correct. Look at that.
Easy.
ASDF. ASDF JKL semicolon.
You got your
That's where
watch.
your fingers go. That's the home row.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. This one's a trick question. When I was reading this list earlier, I was
I don't
surprised
need a
by
trick
this question.
I'm not doing good, okay?
Okay.
Give me a fastball, not a curveball here, man.
What is the most popular drink in the world that does not have alcohol? Most popular drink in the world that does not contain alcohol.
Is it water?
That is incorrect. That is incorrect.
Coffee?
According to this list. That is correct. Coffee time.
Okay.
You may think the answer is water or soda, but you could not
Yeah.
be further from the truth.
I feel like it wouldn't be soda because you just can't, clump all sodas together, you know?
All right. Well, moving on. We've got 2 more questions.
Okay.
So, question number 9. Globe and Jerusalem are types of what?
Globe and Jerusalem?
Globe and Jerusalem.
Globe? Can I get a spelling on
Globe.
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 Okay,
Globe and Jerusalem are types of what?
that? Globe? Pears.
Survey says you are incorrect.
Am I
The
on
answer
the
to this-
wait, hold up. Before you give me the answer, am I on the right line of thinking with it being a food?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to take another crack at it?
Squash.
No. No, you're not. You have no idea.
Did I get further
The
away?
answer to this very common trivia question,
I've never heard any of these before, besides the Star Spangled Banner one.
artichoke.
Oh.
Artichoke.
I didn't know there were different types of artichokes. I thought an artichoke's an artichoke.
Globe and Jerusalem
Oh,
are
interesting.
different
The more
types
you know.
of artichokes.
All right, that's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll need to pick some up at the grocery store when I get my next jar of 4-pound peanut butter.
Yeah. There's a question for you. How many artichokes can fit in a 4-pound jar of peanut butter?
Oh, gosh. I'm going
The
47.
answer is 0 because it's full of peanut butter.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah, you're a funny guy over there.
All right.
Is this our last one?
Here's a question. The flag questions are also pretty common in terms of which types of flags
I think I'm good with flags.
go with what country.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I feel like I could be good with flags.
What are the characteristics of flags and so on? So there's various flag questions. So this question, final question.
I found a corner of Reddit and TikTok that is vexology. I think that's what it is. It's the study of flags. It's very interesting.
There's also a show on the internet called Fun with Flags, starring Sheldon Cooper.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
That was from Big Bang Theory.
Okay, that's what I figured. I know who Sheldon Cooper is, but...
Final question.
Yep.
Bonus point. With the European Union flag, how many stars are
that's
on
what the answer was going to be. How many countries are in the EU? Well, what? England just left a couple years back, right? That was the whole Brexit thing, right?
Yes. I don't know when this list is from, so I don't. I guess I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Is it an odd number?
If I give you that, that'll eliminate half of the answers.
Well, yeah, that's the point. 17.
No, it's not an odd number. It's not an odd number.
18.
Incorrect.
Am I close?
No. Well, I guess sort of.
How far off am I in either direction from 18?
You're within 10.
24?
Incorrect. Other way.
11? 10?
12.
Oh, okay.
12
there's no way it's single
stars
digits.
On the European Union flag. So
that's not bad.
Well, and then you know what? When I was at Trivia Night this past week, there was a bonus question at the end because we didn't get very many questions right. So there was a bonus question that you could. It was Jeopardy style, so you can bet your points.
Yeah. Yep.
And I feel like you might actually know. I remember what the actual question was, and I feel like you might actually know the answer to this, though.
Oh God!
I feel like you might actually know the answer. So you got what? 4 right? You got 4 right?
I think I got 4.5.
Not even.
I gave myself a half for that Spanish one.
Would you like to bet it all on the last question?
I will bet all my 4.5 for 9.
All right, 8 points.
For 9
or 0.
Yeah,
8 points or 0.
Can we settle for 9?
What is Bo Jackson's real name?
Oh gosh, I don't know Bo Jackson's real name.
Really?
No,
I thought you might. He's a baseball player and a football player.
Yeah. Bo Jackson's real name.
Bo Jackson's real name.
Jackson's his real last name, correct?
Correct. So,
correct.
It's
his first name.
His first name. His legal first name.
I feel like he could be like an Allen.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Oh, my. What is it?
Vincent.
Oh, Alan Vincent.
I mean, you're basically right there.
What's
Vincent.
the difference? Vincent Edward Jackson.
Vincent Edward Jackson.
Yeah, I guess like no one's real name is Bo. Well, I guess what would Bo be short for?
Well, I mean Bo Peep. I mean that's got to be for something.
That
right?
doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
Bo Peep? That's a fictional character.
Based on a real person. But
based
whatever.
on a little Bo Peep, a nursery rhyme.
Little Bo Peep. I mean that Bo could be the middle name. Little is the first. Anyway. That was kind of fun. I like that.
Hey, if Bo is if it's Little Bo Peep and Bo is the middle name, then you can just call them Little Peep. And then you're a SoundCloud rapper.
Little Peep.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was kind of that was good. Those were some wacky questions, Logan.
Yeah, no, I like that. That was fun.
Speaking of wacky, this is how I'm going to segue into our weird news of the week.
Yeah, we gotta go quick though.
We gotta go
running
quick.
Out of time.
Okay. Speaking of wacky, I got some wacky pet names to talk about. Okay.
Oh boy.
Nationwide Insurance has surveyed for the most bizarre names from the company's currently enrolled pets. It's put them in the categories. Dogs,
you
cats,
did know
and
that
exotics.
Nationwide. You did know that Nationwide is on your side.
They're on my side. I did.
Okay.
Also a proud partner of minor league baseball, but that's besides the point. The finalists in the dogs category were Boots with the Fur, Chug Chug
Stop
Pickles.
Stop.
It gets better. Lil Richard
Stop
Simmons
it right
sweating
now.
the oldies.
No,
Lord
no.
Waddles. Lulu
No.
the Conqueror. Molly from
No.
Corporate. Mr. Pizza
Oh.
Puff. One Love Tiny Dancer. Or wait, what? What is this one? One Love Tiny Dancer. Princess Margaret Rose Windsor. Team
That's one
The
name?
Bandit Player and the News. I believe so. There's no comma. For the cats, we have Balsamic Vin, Car Alarm, Itty Bitty Kitty Committee. That's a great one. Meownays, Minerva Meowguanagle for the Harry Potter fans, Necronomicat, Samsung Family Hub Refrigerator, Skull Crusher, Steph Curry, and Tony Scarface Baloney.
Oh, my
And then we have the exotic ones. Okay, we got a rabbit named
Those weren't even the exotic ones?
Well, no, these are exotic animals. Those were all cats.
Oh.
Yeah, these are the exotic
Oh my
animals.
gosh.
We have a rabbit named Beezle Bun, a ferret named Boo Boo Bean, a snake named this is a good one. A snake named Boop Noodle, a guinea pig named Cow Pig, a lizard named Frosted Mini Wheats, a bird named Magic Nugget, a tortoise named Midsize Sedan, a ferret named Mumbo Jumbo, a pig named Snoop Hoggy Hog, and a rabbit named Thor Odinbun, God of Thunder.
Oh,
Which-
my God.
Those are all incredible.
Oh, God.
Which
Oh, God.
reminds me of this TikTok page that I found recently. It's
Oh,
this guy
God.
that makes sports content. He recently adopted a
Wait,
dog.
you can't even. Wait a second. You can't. What are you talking
One second.
about?
I got another weird name, okay? This is a guy that recently adopted his dog. His dog's name is Trap House D. Luffy the Third. So that's another weird name to throw on top of the other ones.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
That is
what?
an incredible
Those
list.
are not real. Those are not real.
Those are real.
Stop.
And you know why we know they're real? Because Nationwide is on our side, and they would not deceive us.
Oh, gosh.
I think my
Nationwide,
favorite,
if you're listening, that is the greatest list I've ever heard in my entire
favorite
life.
probably needs to be the snake named Boop Noodle.
Boop
'Cause
noodle.
that's just is describing what pet you have. You know, like I don't have a snake, I have a Boop Noodle. You know. Good Lord.
That was an amazing news segment.
That
I don't
was-
even want to talk. I don't even want to talk about mine now.
The best
'cause
part
mine
is
not
too is that
nearly-
I did not read the story at all before just then.
Oh,
I
that's
just
a-
clicked
that's
on
a
it.
shocker.
I just clicked at the headline and I'm like, this looks cool, and here we are.
Gotta love the preparation for these episodes.
Yeah,
ladies and
you
gentlemen.
know it.
So I actually read mine, but mine is not nearly as good as that one.
Okay.
Well, there's a South Carolina woman who ran into a string of some good luck
Okay.
after
We love that.
winning $300,000 off a scratch-off ticket. So,
Wow.
Earlier this week, a woman in South Carolina went in to a gas station and won $100 off a scratch-off ticket. So she brought in her winnings,
Okay.
as you do. You bring in the ticket. I just did. I won $7 over the weekend, actually.
$7?
And, $7, not
man.
6 or 8. $7.
You know what you could buy for $7? A 4-pound jar,
jar of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, she got her $100 and used 20 of those to buy 2 more scratch-off tickets. So this was
Okay.
in Batesburg, South Carolina. So
Okay.
she went out to the car, I guess, and scratched it off, and came bursting back inside,
Oh gosh.
exclaiming to the worker that she would not be able to pay this woman because she won $300,000
That is such a
after
fantastic
winning $100 on a scratch-off
flex
ticket.
to the
So
cashier.
it really is.
The cashier,
And
the,
can I
the
just
cashier
say,
being like, how much do I owe you? And she's like, oh, don't worry, you won't be able to fulfill this one.
$300,000 in gold doubloons and pearls. No.
What?
Excuse
me? What did
have
you just say?
I mean, I'm not a big.
Did you just cast
I'm not
a spell?
I'm not a big lottery player.
I have never
Right.
played the lottery before.
You've never done a scratch off in your entire life.
Nope.
Not even once.
Nope. I think it's a waste of money.
Wow.
I
Okay.
also bet
I
on
mean,
sports though. So what can I say?
Well, I never buy lottery tickets. Some people,
Oh, you just get them gifted to you?
in my family, will be gifting them to me.
Okay, that's fair.
And I was going to ask you what the most amount you've ever won is, but I don't think I've, in my 25 years on this earth,
Have ever made money on them?
I don't think I've ever won more than like $10 on a scratch-off ticket, and that's that's got to say something. I don't buy lottery tickets.
Yeah, what it says is that the odds are stacked against you.
The odds are forever in your favor.
Except when you're playing the lottery.
Except when you're playing the lottery. All right, well. Oh, my gosh.
You know what, Logan? We made it through this episode, and it makes me feel like I hit the jackpot being able to record this episode.
Wow, that is...
And I hope that everyone listening also feels like they hit the jackpot.
Well,
that was a horrible transition, so we should really wrap up the show.
Well, they might be hitting the jackpot had they found this episode. I mean, first of all, that is fantastic. And you'll also hit the jackpot if you go follow us on our social media platforms, because there's tons of gold that's posted there on a weekly basis.
At
and
Basement
Reed's going to tell you what those accounts lists are right now.
At Basement Birds on Instagram and TikTok. And we're also on YouTube, if you're not there already.
If we're not there already, we're video version on YouTube and Spotify.
And Spotify. Spotify's video now, too,
Clips on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Go check it out. We're a fun bunch of people.
We
as
like
you can tell. I think I'm pretty funny. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
All right. Well, we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.